where Stephen A. ranks LeBron. That would be
number 2 overall, number 2 in the history of basketball.
Yeah, that's all I was going to say.
Yeah.
Number 2 overall, number 2 in the history of basketball. Makes sense. I think most people do.
I'm thinking Kobe Bryant's top 10 all time, probably top 5. He's not number 2 all time in the history of basketball. What's wrong with that, Shaq?
But I have a problem with, you know, what you said. Like, my thing is, it doesn't matter who the GOAT is, my guy should be in the conversation.
Yes.
No, but hold on. So if you guys just throw him out of the conversation.
Stephen A. Smith crossed the line so hard that even Shaquille O'Neal couldn't stay quiet anymore.
Sometimes when I hear people talk, I don't understand the criteria. Is it championships? Is it points?
Right.
Is it, like, I always have arguments with people like, I don't really care who's in it, but I think you should put the right people in.
Yeah.
Right. So right now it's just, for some reason, LeBron and Jordan. Which is fine, but you're not going to throw Kobe in there?
The ESPN personality tried to explain why he refuses to put Kobe Bryant over LeBron James in a GOAT debate, and Shaq straight up shut him down in front of everyone. Shaq made it loud and clear. Michael Jordan is the real GOAT, and Kobe Bryant deserves that number 2 spot over LeBron. The way Shaq broke apart Stephen A.'s reasoning felt like he was pulling cables out of a weak argument one by one. And Stephen A.'s angle on Kobe wasn't just weak, it came off downright disrespectful toward one of the greatest players ever.
First of all, again, he's one of the all-time greats. There's nothing to debate. But he's number 2 at the 2 guard. He's not number 1. We all know he's not Jordan. He didn't have Jordan's resume. We know this.
He tried to claim he can't rank Kobe ahead of LeBron because Kobe's team struggled when he had to carry things alone, and that take landed with 0 power. This is coming from a guy who says he understands basketball while pushing one of the most clueless points he's ever made. Stephen A. built his entire claim on the idea that LeBron avoided bad seasons in ways Kobe didn't, pointing to LeBron having only 3 losing seasons in over 20 years. But here's what Stephen A. refuses to mention. Context matters, and acting like it doesn't makes his whole breakdown look shallow.
They've asked me about Kobe. How come Kobe isn't in that conversation? He's got more chips than LeBron James. And I said, my response was, Kobe's not even number 1 in his position. And we all love and
not
revere
at all.
the
You
Black
got to think
Mamba.
about MVPs and like how many he's won
No,
and like other things as well.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about just watching the game with the eye test. As great and as phenomenal as Kobe was, nobody ever said he's superior to MJ, and they played identical positions and had an identical style of play.
The man is basically rewarding LeBron for jumping from team to team while punishing Kobe for staying loyal and taking on the heat himself. When Shaquille O'Neal heard Stephen A. leaving Kobe out of the GOAT talks, he jumped in fast and shut that whole idea down. The man who battled beside Kobe for 8 years was not about to let anyone erase him from the conversation. Shaq said it himself, Michael, LeBron, or Kobe. And the way he said it told the whole story. He didn't put LeBron ahead of Kobe. He put them on the same level, shoulder to shoulder, just like he always believed.
6-time champion. He's a 6-time league MVP. And I still have LeBron number 2 and then Kareem number 3 because of the versatility and all the all-around abilities that LeBron brings to the game, which Bird and Kareem and those guys did not have. LeBron is number 2 all-time behind Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Shaq made it clear that even if he didn't place Kobe at number 1, Kobe deserved way more respect than Stephen A. was giving him. The big man was ready to show Stephen A. what real basketball knowledge sounds like. And he didn't hold back for a second. Shaq looked him dead in the eye and said, it doesn't matter who the GOAT is, my guy should be in the conversation. And you could feel the whole room get tense, like the air changed the second he said it.
No, I think we're upset. I think we're a little edgy. I think it's good for us.
Despite the losses on the road, do you think this team still has time to gel, considering how many road games you have coming up?
Sure, praise on.
But what's going to be the key, and what stuff have you guys worked on? You haven't had a losing streak like this in years.
We'll just execute better.
This wasn't some friendly teammate boost. This was someone who lived through Kobe's greatness, correcting a guy who only watched it from a studio screen. Shaq was talking from actual wars, practices, locker rooms, playoff runs, and championship nights with Kobe Bryant. Shaq has always said Michael Jordan is the GOAT, the top spot without debate. But here's the twist. He believes Kobe sits closer to Jordan than LeBron ever did, and he said it with full confidence.
I'm thinking Kobe Bryant's top 10 all time, probably top 5. He's not number 2 all time in the history of basketball. What's wrong with that, Shaq?
But I have a problem with you know what you said. Like, my thing is, doesn't matter who the GOAT is, my guy should be in the conversation.
Yes.
No, but hold on. So if you guys just throw him out of the conversation. So somehow it just went from Mike to LeBron, and you just threw my guy out of the conversation. His name needs to be in there all the time. And when his name is not in there, I think people have a problem.
I look at Kobe. There is nothing on earth to question the greatness of Kobe Bryant, who to me is one of the greatest of all time. But it did help for those first 3 rings that he had you in your prime to some degree.
That's not the point. The point everybody is making is don't leave him out the conversation.
I'm not leaving him out the conversation.
You are. I don't mind people talking about who their GOAT is, but you definitely got to have my boy in that conversation.
I definitely will, and I definitely will.
And he's not alone, because a lot of former NBA players put Kobe ahead of LeBron in the GOAT debate, saying Kobe was the closest thing the league ever had to Michael Jordan. Shaq didn't just talk about Kobe's talent. He talked about that killer instinct that only a few legends ever had. When Shaq says Jordan is the GOAT and Kobe deserves the number 2 spot, he's not tossing out random rankings. He's talking about real basketball DNA that separates the rare ones from everyone else. Stephen A's argument about team success falls apart the second you look at it with any real logic.
I was like, you know, like Jordan and Kobe and LeBron, that they got to do things I couldn't do. I wanted to be a force in the middle that people were afraid of. So, like, I don't get offended when people do not put my name in that category.
He praises LeBron for avoiding tough seasons, but ignores the fact that LeBron always picked the perfect situation for himself. Kobe stayed with one franchise through every rebuild, every injury wave, every front office mistake. Meanwhile, LeBron switched teams the moment things got shaky. Which path shows more heart? Shaq already knows the answer.
It's always for me, it's always Dr. J and Michael Jordan, you know, Magic and those guys.
I might get flamed for this, but dude, I'm from Cleveland.
Michael looks over at us and said, he can't guard me.
Kobe looks over at Doug Collins and said, this guy cannot.
Even if Stephen A keeps acting like he doesn't. And the wild part, Stephen A has said before that Kobe was a better player than Shaq himself, which makes his current take even more confusing and out of place. Now let's talk about what truly matters: championships and how they were earned. Kobe has 5 rings with one franchise, matching Magic Johnson, while LeBron has 4 rings across 3 teams. Shaq understands that Kobe's titles came from loyalty, sacrifice, and a decade of non-stop elite play.
In the spirit of Kobe Bryant, let me end this segment by saying this. Say what you will about Kobe Bryant. That brother put in the work. And it was never an option for him to miss games or to not represent basketball the way that he did. I want everybody to remember that brother was about putting in that work.
Dismissing Kobe's rough years makes no sense, because every great player struggles when surrounded by weak rosters. The difference is Kobe never ran. He stayed, adjusted, and fought through it. Shaq lived through Kobe's biggest moments, not highlight clips. So when Stephen A throws out rankings, Shaq remembers real games, real pressure, real greatness. The 2000 Western Conference Finals, when Kobe helped erase a 15-point fourth-quarter deficit in Game 7. The 2001 playoffs, when he averaged 29.4 points and destroyed every matchup in his path. These weren't numbers to Shaq. These were moments burned into his memory.
In addition to overpowering you inside, you might as well wave the white flag of surrender. Bryant lays it off to Orr.
The dribble penetration and the quickness of Kobe Bryant is really causing problems for the Pacer perimeter guys. When he gets in there, the back line steps up.
They want to be 41 and 41. They don't want to be 40 and 42.
Here's Bryant for 47. Missed that. Rebound by Jeff Whiffy.
Shaq has always talked about the difference between LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan. And it all came down to fear on the court when everything was on the line. Opponents respected LeBron, but they feared Kobe and Jordan the second they touched the ball. This is where Shaq's point hits Stephen A's argument like a hammer. LeBron gets praised for his smart choices, but nobody talks about loyalty or actually building something from the ground up.
You are from Philadelphia. I find it unbelievable that the fans are booing you here. Does that hurt your feelings?
Yeah, my feelings are hurt, man. I mean, I'm just out there trying to play and have a good time, and yeah, my feelings are hurt being from Philadelphia.
Was the 2002 MVP, Kobe Bryant.
Kobe stayed with one franchise for 20 years through chaos and glory and never tried to shortcut his way to success. He didn't calculate his path to rings. He fought for them with real perseverance. That's the gap between someone who competes and someone who calculates. When Shaq defends Kobe's spot in the GOAT talks, he's defending the idea that basketball is bigger than perfect situations. Character matters, loyalty matters, mental toughness matters, and Kobe had all of it at the highest level.
Gravitating to the tube or to the ballpark to actually watch you, okay? I don't think it helps that the #1 face is a dude that needs an interpreter so you can understand what the hell he's saying in this country.
Never had that. So my legs feel fresh and I feel very confident about where I'm at. Control what you can control, right? I've done my part. I had to play through a season where there was much more on the line than whether or not I can come back from Achilles injury.
Let's get into the real technical side of what Shaq actually saw every single day. Kobe's skill set was deeper, sharper, and more Jordan-like. Built for winning when everything got tight. Footwork, fadeaways, post-game, defense, clutch moments. Kobe had the full package. LeBron is bigger, stronger, and more athletic, no question. But the game isn't decided only by physical advantages. Shaq played against both of them. He felt the difference in real time. Kobe hit you with skill and pure willpower.
LeBron's the best thing to ever happen to the format of debate television because he was so interesting. The entire way he led us to asking so many questions about the time we were in, the times that he just left, the people that had crossed his path, all of these things, right? He became so interesting. And then 2010 changed everything. Game 5 and Game 6 in 2010, where it looked like he was flat out mailing it in. Then with 2011, where he flat out ran out of gas. That 4-year run where he was in Miami, every game was a referendum. The best argument for him being the greatest of all time is even Michael Jordan. No one had withstood as much scrutiny, and the level of scrutiny that Jordan withstood made him retire after winning those first 3. LeBron went to 8 in a row.
LeBron leaned more on size, mismatches, and favorable lineups. Stephen A. tried to push back against Shaq's claim that Kobe belongs in the GOAT conversation. But his response showed how little he actually understands about what wins games at the highest level. And this is coming from a guy who constantly shifts his opinions based on ratings and online reaction. Shaq doesn't operate like that. His take comes from real battles, not studio drama. When someone who fought beside legends corrects your breakdown, maybe it's time to listen instead of repeating weak points.
Well, I think the Black Mamba is appropriate. And he makes shots with guys draped all over him, falling down, left hand or right hand. I just, witnessed him doing some amazing things.
The Lakers are champions, back-to-back titles. The LA Lakers, the 2010 NBA champions.
When you're able to go all the way to the top, you feel that you put your name in granite, more or less.
The ecstasy of winning it all and being the best player on the planet.
Shaq knows something Stephen A. keeps missing. Greatness starts in the mind. Kobe's mentality was built different from LeBron's, and their approach to pressure, competition, and legacy wasn't even the same universe. Kobe studied opponents like it was his full-time job, worked on his game with laser focus, and treated every possession like it could define his whole career. That's Jordan-level mentality in a different body, and Shaq saw it up close every single day. LeBron is great, no doubt, but he never showed that same obsessive push for perfection.
The Knicks and the Nets coming up here on MSG.
Madison Square Garden lit up in the Lakers uniform colors, purple and gold, to honor Kobe Bryant. Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, and 7 others were killed in a helicopter crash this morning in Calabasas, California.
He pays more attention to protecting his image and shaping his legacy than living in that pure basketball grind. And that's why Shaq's defense hits so hard. It comes from a man who played at the very top and lived this life, not someone tossing takes from a studio. Derek Fisher, Robert Horry, Rick Fox, every teammate from those championship years knows exactly what Shaq means. When you've been in the battle with someone, you learn who they really are under pressure.
Hopefully my Laker legacy will be that of a champion. That's why we play. That is the most important thing. You know, this franchise does not hang division banners. It does not hang conference championships. We hang one banner and one banner only, and that's NBA titles. That is the most important thing. You have a responsibility to the city of Los Angeles to bring championship banners back where they belong. Second place does not matter. Second place means you're the first loser. You have that mentality here. That's what gets you there.
Stephen A. can break down numbers all he wants, but he's never felt a Game 7 possession hit his chest. He's never been on the floor when everything is on the line. Never watched up close how preparation and mindset separate legends from regular stars. Players around the world knew what Kobe represented. His global reach was on another level. Europe, Asia, Africa, South America. Players everywhere studied his footwork, his moves, his mentality.
Lakers and Bryant trying to go behind his back, and Boykins the other way, and they'll finish off with Andre Miller. Maybe.
Hey, Kobe did not give up on that play. How about that play?
Now that's leadership. That's the kind of stuff he wants to do and exude, and he plays defense.
His approach was pure basketball, built on skill and obsession. LeBron has fans and respect, but Kobe had something deeper. He had reverence. That's a whole different category. And Shaq understands that, even if Stephen A. refuses to see it. While Stephen A. cherry-picks stats to prop up LeBron, the full picture of basketball culture and player respect tells a completely different story. Kobe's efficiency kept rising year after year. His clutch moments were colder, and his peak level hit heights LeBron never reached. 5 championships, 2 finals MVPs, 11 all-defensive selections, 33,643 career points. Kobe's resume stands tall without needing spin or excuses. And the biggest difference? Kobe never had a finals collapse like LeBron's 2011 disaster against Dallas. When the spotlight hit the hardest, Kobe always showed up with fire. That's the part that sends Shaq's argument straight through Stephen A.'s whole breakdown. Shaq feels Kobe gets disrespected in GOAT talks, and the way he tore apart Stephen A.'s point showed exactly why. He didn't just push back. He broke down every soft argument and exposed the holes in Stephen A.'s logic. This wasn't just a list debate. This was about respecting real greatness. When a Hall of Fame teammate tells you your analysis is off, maybe that's a sign something needs to change. But Stephen A.'s ego refuses to let him admit when he's been outclassed. This whole argument shines a light on something bigger: how we actually judge greatness. Do we honor loyalty, long-term commitment, and building a legacy inside one franchise? Or do we praise calculated moves, stacked teams, and searching for the perfect path? Shaq's stance is carved in stone. Michael Jordan is the GOAT because of skill, mentality, and clutch power combined. Kobe earns the number 2 spot for those same reasons, just one level below. LeBron's greatness is real, but it comes in a completely different form. The question becomes simple. Do we value that Jordan-Kobe style of greatness more, or LeBron's version? Shaquille O'Neal didn't just win this debate. He crushed Stephen A.'s whole angle while protecting his former teammates' place in basketball history with full force. The truth is pretty simple. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. Kobe Bryant deserves real respect for that number 2 spot. And LeBron James, while great, doesn't sit in that same level of basketball immortality. When someone who fought in the battles, won the rings, and lived the pressure tells you how to rank greatness, you listen. Stephen A. tried to fire off another TV take, but Shaq showed him what real championship knowledge sounds like. The lesson was sharp, necessary, and absolutely earned. So let me know, did Shaq shut down Stephen A's whole argument, or do you think LeBron should sit at number 2? Make sure you like, subscribe, and share so you don't miss more debates where the legends break it all down. Remember, when champions talk, analysts should stop and take notes.